and it's not like a tragic past. Is she just very intelligent women doing her thing?
I mean, I think she's definitely invested in the machine and its power. And I don't know, I was watching a movie called The Singularity is Near, or there's a book about it. And, you know, there are a lot of people who are very, very smart and believe that machines have will in the future have this power to program themselves, and that this sort of idea that Root has is not that far-fetched and may not be science fiction in the future. And so I think she just believes this, and she believes that this is an inevitable thing that's going to happen, and so it's her goal to be a part of this thing that's about to happen. Is that right? That's what I was going with, so I'm glad that might be correct.
Next question I have.
Hi, I'm Johnson, and this question is for the ladies and Fusco. Sorry, Jim. In a battle royale situation between Shaw, Carter, and Fusco, which of the girls would win, and how fast would Fusco fall?
Sorry. Let's go get surprise.
I'm gonna kick his ass. No.
And I would love every minute of it.
I don't think Carter would fight Fusco. I think she's grown to love him. She's accepted his dirty past. And she forgave him.
Fusco's like the little brother that nobody wanted.
Although Sean and Fusco, we've got some stuff. We've got some stuff.
Yeah, we got some cool stuff on that.
Yeah. Fusco has amazing stuff coming up.
There's one piece of guest star casting you can reveal right in front of the episode.
Kirk Acevedo is going to be on the show. Person of interest. Forgetting which one. So one of the next couple episodes.
And then,
Thank you.
So, among other strengths in the show, you guys have a fantastic cast of villains. I really love a lot of your villains, and I was wondering if you could talk a little bit more about which ones we might be seeing in particular, because I also love Jonathan Nolan as Greer. Will we be seeing more of Decima?
Absolutely. It's Jonah's uncle. It's really fantastic in the role. Enrico Galanti was alive, so I don't think you've heard of this. I think the work that Robert John Berg has done on our show is just phenomenal. As he plays Officer Simmons, who's one of the HR. Clark Peters.
you've got all these recurring villains. You know, you've got Alonzo Quinn, Elias, and unknown lady on the phone. Do you think? I mean, they've already crossed paths. Already, obviously, HR tried to have a last deal. But do you think at some point maybe you might sort of bring them together in a bigger way? Have your Legion of Doom?
That sounds awesome. Great idea.
All right. I can see that. Can we get the next question over there?
Hi, I just wanted to say you guys are all amazing and thank you for being here. My question is for anyone that wants to answer this. You guys have been playing these characters for a while now. Do you bring ideas of what you want the characters to do, or do you trust the writers so much that you just let them have at it and then you sort of work with them on that?
Be careful.
I think for me, they have better ideas than I could come up with. So it's exciting to get a script and be surprised and be like, oh, we're going in that direction. So it's fun to see what they have planned for other people.
I've thrown a couple suggestions their way. I feel like I'm always throwing things your way though, and I don't think they ever like it. But I'm not gonna stop. I just trust the writers because they're brilliant. I can't say enough.
Is there ever a time, Greg or Denise, where something about the actor, you know, kind of pops to you and it does kind of get incorporated a little bit into the character?
I'm sorry, I'm just so stunned by what they just said. No, these guys are all fantastic, and there is an element of trust. If the material's good, then I think everyone's happy. And I think, Jonah is a fantastic collaborator. He's very strong-willed, strong-minded about the direction of the show, and I think that when there's that element of trust, everything just becomes better.
I did request one last season. Was it last season when I dressed in plain clothes and went to the club and gave the guy the drugs?
Yeah.
I said I want to be cute in an episode, and they totally did it. That's my brilliance. I just want to be cute.
Hi, my name is Kate, and my question is for Jim. We've noticed last season you did a lot of exercise and running around, and this year you're kind of taking it back and kind of putting it more on the ladies. And I was just wondering kind of how you feel about that and how much of the stunts you actually get to do.
Well, you're going to still see that. You're going to see a lot of action at times. But I'd say it's a very difficult show to sustain for that amount of months and the amount of hours to do that. What I want to continue is to continue to do the stunts, the fights that I do. That was one of the things that I was able to bring in. I studied martial arts when I was a kid, so I'm able to do a lot of that in about 10 minutes, learn it and then and deliver on it. And then also the weapons training I've had for the last 15 years has really helped tremendously in keeping it real. So believability is the most important thing, but the sustainability is the most important thing. So I'm very, very fortunate to have a great cast and to have Shaw come in and to be able to pick a lot of this look. And trust me, she does her fair share and holds her own. So, but you'll still be seeing me go in there and whoops ass sometimes.
Thank you.
Hi, how you doing? My question is for Taraji and Sarah. It's completely unrelated to the show, but I know that Taraji is a huge Redskins fan. If my information is correct, Sarah used to cheer.
Oh no!
Sarah used to cheer for the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So I was wondering, with tonight's game on the line, is there any major going on?
Keep it friendly. Keep it friendly.
I would like to
I had no idea she was a Cowboy fan.
you know what, I'm a fan of any sport or team that requires alcohol. I'm a cheerleader for everyone.
Still used to cheer for the Cowboys, so.
I did it.
Hi, we're from China. All the girls who join this panel.
Ni hao.
Hi, Jim. I have some gifts from the China Can give you?
My name is Lynn. I'm from China too, and I just want to say there are a lot of fans from China, and we hope one day we could visit China. And actually tomorrow is my birthday. You guys totally make my day.
Happy birthday!
Thank you so much. And to come to my question, I know to sign in like a show with a lot of seasons is kind of a really long commitment. And there are different writers for the show. And every writer has their own like view of the world. So I was kind of wondering how you guys, for the different characters, how you guys could keep the consistency for your own role of the character. That question is for the actors and actors for the whole panel.
You keep the consistency of your character. Or do you? Sometimes some of these people are changing through the years.
Well, they keep changing, but somehow they have to be themselves, right? They're fighting for what they believe, right?
Maybe that is for the writers, though. You guys also want to
Sure. I mean, I think, we always want our show to be unpredictable. We always want it to be fresh, exciting. We like to... We like to say always in this show that no one is safe. We want this to be a show that is unpredictable, that doesn't feel like
Unpredictable like this moment.
Anybody else have some gifts?
I take money.
Then you're a dirty cop.
We'll go to the next question. No more picture request for next. We want to get through really a few more minutes. So we on in
And,
China?
yeah. Actually, I have another question. Do you think?
We want to keep it to one question. Okay.
Do you think the machine's gonna double cross everybody?
Are you the machine?
We'll go to the next question on that side.
This question is for Sarah and Amy. Did you know at that time that you were going to be regulars, or were you surprised later on?
Well, it was fun because they had already actually introduced the character Root before I started playing her. So I saw an episode that had the back of her head and her hands in it. And so when I got the part, I got to see her introduction into the show, and then they said I was going to be in that episode and 5 more the next year or something, but joining as a regular was a very exciting, great surprise, so it's been really fun. Thank you.
We're very lucky to have you.
Yeah, well, I mean, when I got on the show, it was, it was kind of under the circumstances that if everyone liked me, if I didn't, piss anybody off, if the fans liked me, I knew my lines, and then, then I would be joining as a regular. But, Jonah and Greg, they held out on telling me to the last possible minute, and I was texting them relentlessly, just wondering what the answer was. Even after I had the job, I still felt like I was having to, dance for my supper every night because I still wasn't convinced.
Okay, next question on this side. We're going to do 2 more questions, okay?
Okay. This is a question for all the cast members here. Besides the characters that you respectively play, who is your favorite protagonist and antagonist of the show?
I love Root.
I'm mesmerized by Michael Emerson. I mean, the man could read a phone book, and I would love it. So
I mean, I think it's kind of a testament to the writing again, because everybody has such amazing arcs that go off in different directions. Like just watching that scene, I was like, oh, I want to be Carter, And then I'm sitting there with Michael, and I'm like, he didn't say that. They just really let everybody have their moment. So I think that's kind of the great part of the show.
I had to go with Elias. I think he did a phenomenal job.
Yeah. It's always great.
I love that I have so many scenes with him because sometimes I forget that I'm working and I'm just watching him like. And he's looking at me like it's your turn. I'm like, oh, it's my turn to speak. Okay. So he's incredible, amazing talent.
Jim, is there another favorite character of yours?
There I go, my beautiful children. How can I
All our children.
No one chose there.
Everybody loves Baker though.
Hey, looking around, I see there's a number of people that work on the show. If you work on the show, can you stand up? Please, Torrance, Kate,
We shoot this show on the streets of New York, 9 days, we're out. And in February, man, you start to feel it.
All right, last question. Over here.
Hi, I'm from Japan. So happy to see you all. I'm not good at making music, so but I try. I have a question for Greg. I got the idea when I was the show, the picture of Finch and Nathan Ingram. It looks like Bill Gates and Steve Jobs in Europe. So are they model or get any influence from them for the show?
I didn't catch the last
part. The last part I missed, yeah.
Did they Steve Jobs remind her of Nathan Ingram?
I'm sorry, we didn't catch it. Sorry.
Did they have influence in the
I think just, yeah,
Oh,
Bill Gates and Nate's influence.
You know, in terms of Ingram and Finch, no doubt. I think actually the dynamic we talk about more is Steve Jobs and Wozniak. We always think it was interesting, the origin of Apple in terms of one man being a bit more of the face of the company in its origin and one behind the scenes. And I think that there's an interesting dynamic there between Finch and